Teen's vicious murder of unsupportive mom and her young lover was premeditated. Hello, everyone. In today's video, we're delving into a chilling and complex case, the premeditated murder by a teenager of his mother and her young lover. Stay tuned as we explore the top 10 shocking details and uncover what led to this tragic crime. Number 10. The catalyst for violence. A troubled family dynamic. The tragic case of the teenager who murdered his mother and her young lover reveals a deeply troubled family dynamic as the initial catalyst for the violence. The teenager, already grappling with feelings of neglect and resentment, found his frustration reaching a boiling point due to perceived lack of support from his mother. The environment in which the teenager grew up was marked by a lack of communication and emotional support, which created a volatile atmosphere where underlying issues could escalate into extreme actions. Such dynamics often foster an environment where anger and resentment can build up unchecked. This backdrop highlights how complex family relationships and unresolved conflicts can lay the groundwork for violent behavior. Understanding the roots of these family issues is crucial in addressing and preventing similar cases in the future. What factors in the family environment contributed to the teenager's drastic decision, and how can such situations be effectively managed? Number 9. The role of social media in the planning process. Social media play a crucial role in the premeditation of this horrific crime. The teenager used various online platforms to express his frustrations and meticulously plan the crime. Through social media interactions, he not only vented his anger, but also researched methods and gauged responses from others who might have shared similar grievances. The digital footprint he left behind included discussions about his intentions and the steps he planned to take. This aspect of the case underscores the growing influence of digital communication in shaping and executing criminal plans. Social media platforms, while offering a space for expression, can also become tools for planning and coordinating illegal activities. The ability to connect with like-minded individuals and access information can significantly impact the planning and execution of crimes. How did social media contribute to the execution of this crime, and what measures can be taken to monitor and address such risks? Number 8. The teenager's previous behavioral issues. Understanding the teenager's prior behavioral issues offers crucial context for the crime. Known to have exhibited troubling behavior patterns such as aggression, defiance, and impulsivity, his actions were a continuation of a troubling trajectory. Reports from school, interactions with social services, and behavioral assessments hinted at a deep-seated sense of anger and rebellion. These behavioral indicators, when analyzed in hindsight, provide a clearer picture of how long-standing issues can culminate in violent acts. The teenager had a history of struggling with authority figures and engaging in disruptive behaviors, which may have been symptoms of deeper psychological and emotional issues. Recognizing and addressing these early warning signs could have potentially altered the trajectory of his actions. How did previous behavioral issues contribute to the premeditation of this crime, and what warning signs were overlooked by those around him? Number 7. The mother's relationship with her young lover. The relationship between the mother and her young lover added another layer to the tragedy. The teenager perceived their relationship as a profound betrayal, feeling that his mother was prioritizing her partner over him. This perceived betrayal intensified his anger and sense of abandonment, making him feel even more isolated and rejected. The dynamics of their relationship, including the way it altered the family structure and the teenager's perception of his mother's priorities, played a significant role in shaping his motivations. The emotional and psychological impact of such personal relationships on individuals, especially teenagers, can be profound. This case illustrates how personal relationships and family dynamics can significantly affect an individual's behavior and contribute to extreme reactions. How did the mother's relationship with her lover influence the teenager's decision to commit murder, and what role did personal feelings of betrayal play in his actions? Number 6. The planning and execution of the crime. The meticulous planning involved in this case reflects a chilling level of premeditation. The teenager planned the murder with considerable detail, choosing a specific time and method to ensure the crime's success. He orchestrated the events to avoid detection, including selecting a time when he believed the house would be empty and ensuring that he had the means to carry out the murder effectively. The execution of the crime. including the choice of weapon and the way he handled the aftermath, underscores the premeditated nature of his actions. This level of planning indicates a disturbing level of control and foresight. The teenager's careful orchestration of the crime highlights the importance of understanding the psychological and strategic elements involved in premeditated violence. What does the planning and execution reveal about the teenager's mindset and the extent of his preparation? Number 5. The psychological profile of the teenager. A psychological profile of the teenager reveals insights into his mental state and motivations. Psychological evaluations uncovered a complex mix of personality disorders and emotional instability. His inability to cope with perceived slights and emotional turmoil was a significant factor in his decision to commit murder. The assessments indicated that he struggled with issues related to anger management, self-worth, and interpersonal relationships. Understanding his psychological profile provides a clearer picture of how mental health issues can escalate into violent behavior. The case highlights the need for early intervention and mental health support to address underlying issues before they manifest in such extreme ways. How did the teenager's psychological state contribute to the planning and execution of the crime? And what can be done to prevent similar outcomes? Number 4. The impact on the victims' families. The murder had devastating effects on the families of both the victims and the perpetrator. The victims' families were left to cope with the emotional aftermath, social stigma, and the complexities of navigating grief and trauma. The perpetrator's family faced public scrutiny and internal strife as they dealt with the fallout of the crime. The tragedy not only shattered the lives of the victims' relatives, but also highlighted the broader implications of family violence and its ripple effects on the community. The emotional and psychological impact on the families is profound, demonstrating the need for robust support systems to assist those affected by such traumatic events. Community resources, counseling, and support networks play a crucial role in helping families recover and rebuild after such tragedies. How did the murder impact the victims' families, and what support systems are available to help those affected by such tragedies? Number 3. Legal proceedings and sentencing. The legal proceedings that followed were a complex process, reflecting the gravity of the crime. The teenager faced charges that included first-degree murder, with the legal system grappling with issues of culpability, mental health, and sentencing. The court's decision considered his age, mental state, and the premeditated nature of the crime, balancing the need for justice with the principles of rehabilitation and punishment. The legal process involved extensive deliberations, expert testimonies, and evaluations to determine an appropriate sentence. The case underscores the challenges faced by the justice system in handling cases involving young offenders and premeditated violence. What were the key considerations in the legal proceedings, and how did they address the severity of the crime while balancing justice and rehabilitation? Number 2. Media coverage and public reaction. Media coverage of the case played a significant role in shaping public perception. Sensationalized reporting and intense scrutiny highlighted the gruesome details of the crime, influencing how the public viewed the teenager and the broader issue of youth violence. The case received widespread attention, with debates emerging about the factors contributing to such extreme behavior. Media portrayal often amplifies the emotional impact of the crime, affecting public opinion and policy discussions. The way media handles such cases can have a profound impact on societal views and the broader discourse on criminal behavior and prevention. How did media coverage influence public perception and the broader discourse on youth violence? And what are the implications for media responsibility? Number 1. Preventative measures and future implications. In the wake of this tragic event, discussions about preventative measures have become crucial. The case emphasizes the importance of early intervention and support systems for at-risk youth. Addressing underlying issues such as family conflict, mental health, and social isolation is essential in preventing similar tragedies. The lessons learned from this case point to the need for comprehensive approaches to identify and support individuals who may be at risk of committing violent acts. Prevention strategies include improving family communication, providing mental health resources, and creating supportive community environments. How can preventative measures be improved to address the root causes of youth violence and prevent future tragedies? And what role do community and societal efforts play in these initiatives? Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button and subscribe.